What is up, my friends on the internet? Good to see you again, and good to see the Honda Trail.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
What is up, my friends on the internet? Good to see you. Good to see the Honda Super Cub C125. I absolutely love this motorcycle. I love all small bikes, just like, honestly, I just really love small bikes. You guys know I'm pretty animated, I'm pretty enthusiastic when I make these videos, but you can tell generally if you watch a lot of my videos that on a big bike, I'm pretty stoked, but when I'm on a small bike, boy, am I excited. I am having a good time. I love this bike. Today, I'm gonna go through my top 5 reasons I love this bike. If that sounds good to you, stick with me. We're gonna roll in some little intro here, and then we're gonna get rocking. So to just jump right into it, I want to go ahead and say the very first thing I love about the Honda Super Cub is something that's not going to surprise any of you that watch all of my videos, but it is that it is tubeless. There are no tubes in those wheels. That is a tubeless tire, which means if you get a flat, you can change that bad boy out really easily with just a plug kit. I love that. I'm actually thinking about getting a set of these wheels, powder coating them, and then putting them on my Honda Trail because I don't love that that bike has tubes in it. I know that tubes are good for the dirt, but I like a nice tubeless wheel. I think it adds a huge level of reliability and ease of like repair. If you're out on the road, you get a flat, you just plug that really quickly, you're back on the road no matter where you are. You can fit a plug kit in your pocket. It's great. I love that feature, and I'm so stoked that it's on here. They could have cheaped out and gone with just a cheaper spoked wheel, but this really is the buttons. This is the move. Like I said, I want to get a set of these and put them on my trail. That's how much I like them. But that's reason number 1. I love this motorcycle. Have you ever considered the fact that we drive on parkways and park on driveways? Interesting. Okay, reason number 2 I love the Honda Super Cub is the transmission. The transmission being semi-auto makes everything so easy. You can just heel and tow this thing and get where you need to go. They also put neutral way down at the bottom. It's the very first gear, or lack thereof of gear, I suppose. So if you just tap this thing all the way down, you're in neutral. And then when you want to go up in gear, you have 2 options. You can either clip your toe under like that to go up through the gears 1, 2, 3, 4, like on a standard motorcycle, or you can use this heel shifter. The beauty of that is it makes it, like, I always wear my dirty, super gross riding boots because I like the protection. But for those of you who are wearing nicer shoes, or you're on the way to your office, whatever it may be, you have some shoes that you want to scratch up or get your hook under there, or if you're in one of those Southeast Asian nations where people are just riding around in sandals, I'm not knocking it. I don't want to ride like that, but if you want to ride like that, that's totally fine. This allows you to just shift with your heel and not dirty your shoe, not dirty your toe, whatever it may be you're using. You can just boom, 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 up through the gears, you know? That is nice. And then back down, all with the bottom of your shoe, no scuffs, no fuss. That is a great feature. Like I said, wear gear. I wear boots that I don't mind getting dirty, but I am not representative of the entire motorcycle market. A vast majority of people that are riding motorcycles, especially entry-level basic transportation like this, are not wearing full gear. And that's what's normal in their nations. That's what's normal in their communities. I am not going to knock them. So it is cool that Honda understands that baseline. I just kind of touched on it, but reason number 3 I love the Honda Super Cub C125, the bike that I may have called the Honda Trail several times by now because that's the bike I ride the most, and I habitually just say it. But this is the Honda Super Cub, and the reason number 3 I love this bike, I just touched on a second ago briefly, and that is the fuel economy. All of the Honda Mini Motos get amazing fuel economy, like insane fuel economy, but this bike is returning about 110 to 120 miles per gallon, and that is bonkers. It is just so great to have something that's that fuel efficient. Like I was saying earlier, and like my buddy said the other day at coffee, you can get an EV and you can be really frugal in that way, or you can get a bike that just sips gas. They are all different ways to do the same thing, you know? If you want to stick with gasoline engines, if you want to kind of avoid the EV takeover as long as you possibly can, this could be a way to do that. This bike is so frugal. Everything about it is cheap to get involved with, and the upkeep is really cheap. So if you're getting that much like fuel economy, you don't really need to convert to an EV. You can fill this bike up once and then ride for a week, 2 weeks, whatever it is, for your normal commute with no issue at all, no fuss. It's great. I think it just, again, makes transportation so accessible to people. If you can hop on a motorcycle, ride all day, do all your errands, go up, like the back roads, bomb around, explore like I've been doing today, and do it for like $1 in gas, why not? You know, why not? This bike is incredible, and that fuel economy is not to be ignored. That is reason number 3, that this bike is amazing. Reason number 4, this many, that I love the Honda Super Cub is kind of a weird one, but honestly, I think it's something that's underlooked, and that is that the bike is really, really clean. That's the cool thing about scooters in general. Let's take the Vespa design, for instance. The man who created the Vespa, the original design, thought motorcycles were dirty. They were gross. They spit stuff everywhere. All the external mechanical components threw grease everywhere. They were just rough looking. From a design standpoint, they weren't pretty. So he enclosed everything under nice flowing body lines, much like an airplane. And that same design principle was applied to the Super Cub, the original Super Cub, and is still on them to this day. This leg shield here does all that beautiful stuff that a scooter leg shield would do, keeping the wind off you, keeping the rain off you, generally keeping road debris from getting on you. It's just a nice little guard there. We buy motorcycles and then we start adding on windscreens and all this stuff to kind of keep the air off of us, which is kind of silly. We want to get out in the air, but then we want to remove some of the air. But this design, I think, incorporates just enough to keep you dry, at least keep your legs dry if you get in like a slight little rain. Keep some mud off you if you end up going through a puddle or something. Generally, it keeps you clean. And then on the same regard, it keeps itself clean with this nice little chain cover here. Your chain is completely an enclosed system here. Again, much like the belt that you would see on a scooter, but on like a standard motorcycle chassis. So it's nice to kind of tie those two things together. They see that some of the perks of the scooter were really good, but they also see that people want like a motorcycle style design. So they incorporated both into this really great system. That chain being completely covered like that means A, debris isn't getting all in it off the road, and it's not shooting debris back up on you. If you ride through some mud, this tire is gonna sling it all into this really, really big fender to keep it off you. This chain guard is gonna sling it all in its own cover to keep it off you. That leg shield's gonna keep the front wheel from throwing stuff on you. You're generally gonna be cleaner riding this bike than if you're riding even my Honda Trail, especially my Honda Trail. This bike has done a really good job at hiding all of those mechanical components, and keeping the whole design clean and just beautiful. Even like the shrouded suspension, beautiful, everything. It's just so nice and well melded together and incorporated to keep you riding along in extreme fashion. Even the front fender, look at it. Look how monstrous this big front fender is with the little kickoff there. You're not getting any dirt on you when you ride this bike. You are gonna be a clean boy, and it's gonna be great. That's my next reason why I love this bike. It's just a really beautiful design. God, I know all of this stuff kind of ties into the same exact reason that this bike is great, and that's accessibility, but let's keep going. Reason number 5 is up next. Final reason I love the Honda Super Cub kind of ties all of those other reasons together into one big umbrella reason, and that is accessibility. All in, this bike is just way more accessible than many, many other motorcycles, many other motor vehicles in general. If you think about all those things, what was their design principle? Why would they make the bike tubeless? Why would they make the bike semi-automatic? Why would they give the bike incredible fuel economy? Why would they design the bike in a way that the fenders keep mud off of you? The step through allows you to get on the bike even if you're wearing a skirt on your way to the business office, you know? Why would they give you a shifter that allows you to do it in heels or dress shoes without messing them up? It's all about accessibility. It's all about getting you basic transportation that is reliable and economical without any real fuss. You can just grab this motorcycle, grab a person who's never ridden a bike, and as long as they can get the basic of balance down, you can teach them to ride this in a day, I bet. Obviously, they're not going to get great motorcycle riding dynamics. They're not going to be like a street Rossi out here, but they can learn the really slick basics of it, eliminating having to modulate a clutch, eliminating the weird pull away that includes, taking away a lot of the loud noises and exposed moving parts and all the things that you could normally hurt yourself on. You don't have to tell them, hey, keep your pant leg away from the chain, because the chain is completely enclosed. You don't have to tell them, hey, keep your leg away from the hot exhaust, because, hey, guess what? The exhaust isn't hot because they included a free leg, heat shield here to completely cover it. They could have very easily just left the exhaust out. You could have had it out. It could have been there scolding and still kind of pretty, but they wanted it to be even more pretty. They wanted it to be cool. So they incorporated that feature. Every single piece of the bike, if you look at any little section of it, you can see a part that they incorporated simply because it would make your life easier. Like I said, the leg shield, the shifter, the tires, the wheels, the chain, the fenders, the seat height, everything is just to make it really, really accessible for you. The dash even includes a gear position indicator, which some higher spec, more expensive bikes don't include. It's just all in all, very, very accessible, very, very considerate, and I think job well done, Honda. I love my Trail 125, but I will say pound for pound, this is a better machine. There's a couple things I like about the Trail 125 specifically for me, and that's why I chose it. But this bike, I think pound for pound, on paper, dollar for dollar, is a better buy. And if somebody I know was like, hey, I need some basic transport, I want something that's stylish, but I want to just get to work and pinch some pennies, or I want to have fun on a motorcycle, but I don't want to spend too much, this is always top of the list for me, because it is really, truly something special. It is really, truly something incredible. Honda, again, they knocked it out the park on this one. If you're thinking about the Honda Super Cub C125, I cannot back this bike any harder. If I had to go down to one bike, like today, it would for sure be a Honda Minimoto, either this or the Honda Trail. Just really incredible machines. But if you found this video at all helpful, if you like this at all, my weird ranty, find a place and talk to you style, please go ahead and hit thumbs up. I'd appreciate that immensely. If you haven't yet, please hit subscribe. I looked at my analytics the other day and it looked like 80% of the people that watch my biggest videos aren't subscribed. So please click that subscribe button because it helps me immensely. But last but not least, go out and have a great day. You deserve it. The weather is beautiful today. So if you can, go ride. If you can't, go watch other people ride. It'll be worth it. I will see you on the next one. I love each and every single one of you, but I love one of you more than others. You know who you are. You know who you are. I'll see you guys later. Peace.